Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Stitch Time podcast. So, today I'm going to be talking about basically people underestimating you. So, as a person with a physical disability, I've been paralyzed since birth, and something I deal with almost weekly, at least once a week, is people just underestimate me. They will underestimate what I'm capable of doing, what I can do. It can be as simple as opening a door. And I guess it's just been bothering me lately. And I thought it would be something good to come on here and talk about because I feel that we all deal with that to some degree. And I think that's something that we all can relate to in some manner. But I deal with that all the time. And it can be as simple as washing the dishes, which may sound insane, but I was at a job and I told the manager that I would do the dishes, and she was like, "You can do the dishes." I was like, "What?" It's like, "They're dishes. That's a basic house chores. Yeah, I can do them." And to show her, I'm almost as tall as her sitting down. And I reached up and I said, "Put your arm up. Let me show you something real quick." She went and put her arm up. And basically, I had the same reach as she had with me sitting down. My wingspan is probably over 6 foot. But in that moment, it just made me realize I think it's multiple things. Sometimes it's just pure ignorance. People just want to assume that you can't do something, or the simplest task you can't do, and they just don't want to think any more of that. Or it might be innocent way of thinking. They might not even think about it. But I or it might be a mix of both. And I think it's important that, as especially as someone with a physical disability, that I I don't want to say prove them wrong, because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. But I feel that I have to be an advocate for people of disabilities, people of my situation. And if I don't at least try to show to them that no, I'm capable of more, then it's never going to change. That stigma, that that stereotype that people with disabilities, they just sit there and they can't do anything, or they just sit on their ass and they don't have jobs and they hide in their house all day, or they live in their parents' basement and mom and dad takes care of them. Because honestly, there's a lot of people out there that think that, as crazy as that may sound. But I think it's important that I try to lead by example, and I try to show people that no, there's people out there like me that are very capable of achieving anything. Obviously, we all have limitations, but also, if we're not out there trying to find those limitations, then we'll never make anything of ourselves. But also, that shows to people that no, we are capable of doing the daily task. We're actually capable of a lot more than you realize, but you just have to pay attention to it. You have to see it. And that's why I post a lot of my videos. I post a lot of workout videos, or a simple task as like going to the grocery store, or loading my bike into my truck. Honestly, these are all things that a lot of people think that I can't do. And honestly, it kind of gets old some days. You just get tired of people constantly underestimating you. But also, sometimes it's nice to be underestimated, because that shock factor when they see you doing something that they didn't think you could do, it blows them out of the water. It shocks them. But it just made me realize how many people out there underestimate me. And I think, people even without disabilities can relate to that, because at least one time in your life, someone has not believed in you or thought you weren't capable of doing something. And I thought today would be that would be the perfect topic today because what more thing to be determined than when somebody doesn't believe in you or doesn't think you can do something. And in when that happens, you have to ignore it and you got to prove them wrong. Shove it in their face. Not all the time, but sometimes you got to say, you know what, fuck you. I'm going to show you what I am capable of doing. And you don't do it for them, but do it for yourself. But along the way, it'll show to them that no, I am capable of a lot more. And I think you have to remember who you are. Don't lose sight of who you really are. When people start to think that I'm not capable of a lot of things, I remember who I am, how I was raised. My parents raised me with there's no such word as can't, which once again, obviously there's limitations, but you have to be realistic with those limitations. But also, once again, if you're not seeking out, finding where those limits are, then yeah, you're right. You are proving to those people wrong that you can't do something. So you have to remember who you are, and you have to remember who you are, where you came from, and what you're about. You are your own person, and you're capable of so much more. But you got to believe in yourself. You have to trust in yourself, and you have to be confident in yourself. And you have to do it with confidence. And sometimes you might not know what you're doing. And sometimes that confidence won't be there. But as you do it, that confidence will build. And that's why I think that this is such a good topic to discuss because, it's simple things as going to the gym, going into a different career, chasing after a girl, things that people think that you can't do. It all kind of relates to each other. And I believe in my situation, I need to be a advocate, be as positive as I possibly can to show to people that no, there are people out there just like me that we are out there, we have jobs, or there's people out there married just like me, dating, um, chasing goals just like you. And honestly, we will run you the fuck over if you get in our way. Just fucking savages out there getting after it every single day. And yes, I'm in a wheelchair. We will run you over figuratively and also literally if you get in our way. But we are out there and you may not see it on a daily basis, but we are amongst people and we are grinding our fucking asses off. So don't forget that. Just because, you want to believe the stereotype of the average person that's got a physical disability, just so you know, we're capable of a lot more than you realize. And instead of just automatically assuming, give us a chance. Ask us. A simple task is open the door. Before you open that door, ask. I know sometimes, it's just people being nice, and that's great, but also more times than usual, it's just people just automatically assuming that we can't do something. And or like for me, like getting in and out of my vehicle, it always makes me laugh. Like people will be like, "Oh, you need help with your chair." Like, and I'm always very nice about it, but also like, how do you think I got here? Like realistically, like use your brain and think about this. I'm here at a store. I'm by myself. How do you think I got here? No one came with me. No one held my hand. I got here by myself. So that means I put this chair in this vehicle myself and I took it out myself. So before you just assume that I don't need or that I need help, maybe you should ask. I've had people run up to me and just start helping me, which honestly is very rude. Or I've actually had people grab my chair. Like if I'm going up a hill, I just automatically grab my chair. If you want to piss me off, immediately grab my shit without asking. That chair is a part of me. It doesn't define who I am, but it is a part of me. So like if you grab my chair, you're grabbing a part of me. And honestly, that's crossing a line. That's within my personal space, and you shouldn't be doing that. I mean, I'm always cool about it. I'm never a dickhead about it, but honestly, in those moments, it's very rude. It comes off very rude. So stop assuming that we can't do shit, and that goes with anyone. That doesn't not just people with disabilities, but mainly people with disabilities, just because there's that stereotype that we're not capable of doing daily shit. And how do you do that? How do you have to show people that I can do it. And honestly, people with physical disabilities out there, there's some people that you're guilty for allowing for people to continue to treat you like that. If you're willing to, if you're just going to sit there and let them continue to help you and baby you, then nothing will ever change. You have to be a part of that change. So I'm talking to you people out there that live a daily life and you just let people continue to help you constantly and you don't do anything to help yourself. You're a part of the problem. And I believe that if you can work, you should be working. Stop living off the system. You got two able bodied working hands, arms. There's no reason you can't be working too. Where I work, there's actually a company that they actually hire people with disabilities and all kinds of different disabilities. And that includes people that have, that are actually blind, and nobody helps those people either. And honestly, it blows me away. And I'm super inspired by that because literally those people will walk in by themselves and they will walk to wherever their job is. And I see them all the time walking down the hall. No one's holding their hands. No one is there telling them where to go or what to do. They're out there doing it themselves. And that shit, more people need to realize that. Because even me, somebody in a wheelchair, I look at that and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. But also, I'm not like, oh, do you need me to get that for you? Because I understand that that person got here. Like, obviously, they got here somehow. And why should I ask them? Obviously, if it looks like I need help, there's nothing wrong with asking. But also, I'm not automatically assuming that they can't do something. Have respect for people, have that same level of respect. Don't talk down to people. And that's something else. People will talk down to people like me. Why the fuck are you talking down to me? Dude, I probably make more money than you and you're talking down to me right now. And honestly, I probably get up and I do more than you on a daily basis. So stop talking down to me. On average, I'm in my chair from 17 to 19 hours a day. Like that's an average day for me. I work 3 jobs. I work a 60-hour week every fucking week. So stop talking down to me. Stop talking down to people like me because we're out there, we're hustling, and we're getting after it every damn day. While you're sitting on your ass playing with your phone, we're out there grinding. So don't forget that. We're out there just like people like you. We're out there working and getting after it. And nothing is stopping us. And you shouldn't let anything stop you either. Remember who the fuck you are and get after it. Adapt, overcome, and conquer. Till next time, guys. Later.